Check. Check one. Okay, Wyatt, I'm not hearing the radio station. I have. Oh, wait. This is two. Never mind, I had the wrong one. Okay, I got it. What? Sounds like baseball. All right. Hello and welcome in to Walk On Sports Bistro. Once again, it's a Tuesday night. It's the fall, so you know it's got to be the Hillcrest Huddle. I was just telling Wyatt, our producer, and of course your usual weekday host on Tide 100.9, that this is the 12th year we have done the Hillcrest Huddle. And now not every year has been here at Walk-Ons. Walk-Ons, of course, a fantastic host, but this is the 12th year that we have been doing the Hillcrest Huddle, and the 12th year that I've been on the Hillcrest football broadcast, and of course, there's no better place to be. Patriot Nation streaming in now as they do every Tuesday night. Come on out and join us. Don't forget, wear your Hillcrest gear, and there is a special student menu for those of you who are Hillcrest students. All right, let's talk about what's happening tonight on the show. Well, it's the usual menu here on the Hillcrest Huddle. Of course, we will have Coach Jamie Mitchell come to the microphone and talk about his 2-0 Hillcrest Patriots as they head into the big Hoover week, going to the Hoover Met this coming Friday night. We'll talk to him about that. And we will also have our Players of the Week. Jordan Shambly, the quarterback, just had an amazing game. 5 total touchdowns, 1 on the ground and 4 through the air. Zay Hall, the Alabama commit, is the defensive player of the game. Callan Kozon, the long snapper, actually scored 4 of the 54 points as the long snapper. You don't see that kind of thing very often, but 2, I guess you would call them trick plays maybe, that the extra point team has set up that Callan scored 2 two-point conversions on. So that was a little bit unusual. We're going to talk to him about that. We will also spotlight our inside linebackers. Hillcrest has a new inside linebacker coach. His name is Tyler Armistead. We're going to talk to him and get a couple of his backers on. We will already have Zay Hall on as the player of the game, so he's not going to be a representative of the inside linebackers, but we will have Miles Madden, who will be making his 3rd consecutive appearance here on the show. That's 3 for 3 since we've been here. Miles will be on. And we will also have his teammate, Jaden Brown, and those guys are going to tell us all about the inside linebacker position and what it's like to play that at Hillcrest High School. All right, let's talk a little bit about what happened this past Friday night in the home opener for the Hillcrest Patriots. Well, they went in, and, you know, you're worried about those second game blues. You know, you have a great opening game, so you're thinking your players might go in thinking, we got this, you know, maybe a little bit too relaxed, but that was not the case at all with the Hillcrest Patriots. They went in again on fire. As a matter of fact, they were up 43 to 10 at the half. Now, he kind of, took the foot off the gas a little bit in the second half, had one drive, the opening drive of the second half, scored the last touchdown to make it 50 to 10, then started playing subs, and the final score ended up being 50 to 24. But Hillcrest just with another dominant performance over the Sparkman Senators. We want to remind you that if you can't make it to Hoover this week, of course, we need you to go there to give the Patriots some support. But if you can't, we want to remind you that you can watch the games on YouTube Live. Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network is where you go to watch the games. Or you can go to the NFHS Network. Search Hillcrest Tuscaloosa. That's a subscription service. But if you have that subscription, you can check us out there, Hillcrest Tuscaloosa. You can also listen. If you're driving down the road and you just want to listen, or just you would rather listen to a broadcast, you can go to mixlr.com/Hillcrest Football Live and listen to our broadcast. Of course, these links will be all over the Hillcrest social media pages, on the Hillcrest School website. Easy to find. Check them out. Even if you want to just watch after the game's over with, like you go home that night and you're on the high of beating the Hoover Bucks and you want to see the victory again, go on and watch the broadcast again so you can watch it and relive it and celebrate. It stays on YouTube, I guess, through eternity, or until YouTube dies or aliens take over the planet or whatever happens. I don't know. Also want to remind you of a couple other things about the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network. There is the Hillcrest Football Review Show. We have a new episode out every Monday. Actually, we came out today on Tuesday. The Labor Day holiday got the best of us this week, but we have a new episode that came out today. Coach Jamie Mitchell and I sit down and we watch the film from the game. Coach Mitchell gives you insights on what happened in the game, updates on players and how they're doing, and just everything you could possibly want to know about that particular game and about Hillcrest football in general. It's there on the Hillcrest YouTube channel, Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network right now. You can go and check it out. I want to take a moment now to thank all of our great sponsors for the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network, and I'm just going to list them for you now. There's County Commissioner of District 3, Mark Nelson. He brings you the pregame show every Friday night. Bama Stuff is the sponsor of our broadcast booth. Bama Express sponsors our Keys to Victory. Hillcrest Tennis sponsors our college football preview at halftime. Stephen Fikes brings you all the all-state first downs. Dr. Brandy Patterson of Brookwood Women's Health brings you the extra points and field goals. Centel Home Design brings us the red zone. Tidwell Paint and Body Timeouts, been around for 12 years. We love those guys. Alabama Credit Union also been around for most of these 12 years. They bring you the coin toss, and they also are a commercial sponsor. We have a brand new sponsor. Mission Express Car Wash brings you the stat line every Friday night now. There's also the Award Company of America, which you see their beautiful plaques right here that they give to our players of the week every week. And also Walk-Ons. Those two team up to sponsor our players of the game every week. Stephen Fikes also brings you the All-State Halftime Show. RSV Designs brings you the scoreboard updates throughout the game. Tiger Rock sponsors our kickoffs, and our commercial sponsors are Bama Stuff, Lee Palace, the best Chinese restaurant around in the new Aldi Shopping Center that used to be the Winn-Dixie Shopping Center, Alabama Credit Union, and Ignite Student Employment Initiative. You got a student who's looking for a job, go to Ignite Student Employment Initiative, find Ignite online, and they will help set you up and find just the right job for them. All right. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to stop talking by myself. I'm going to bring to the table the guy you're really here to see and listen to, and that's Coach Jamie Mitchell. He's going to talk to us about his 2-0 Patriots and their upcoming game Friday night against the Hoover Bucks. Keep it right here. This is the Hillcrest Huddle on Tide 100.9 FM. Hear me?
Yeah.
All right, good.
Loud and clear.
We got it coming through.
Yeah, a lot better tonight. Whole lot better. Yeah, could hear it. What'd they do?
Nothing different. It's just working tonight for some reason.
Yeah.
All right. We are back. It is the Hillcrest Huddle. It's Tide 100.9 FM. Brent Jones here with you live from Walk-On's Sports Bistro. Come on out, Patriot Nation. We're waiting for you to come out and join us. We got a good crowd here tonight, but still a few spaces available if you want to come out and join us here tonight. Joining me at the table right now is Coach Jamie Mitchell, as he does every Tuesday night at this time. First of all, Coach Mitchell, before I ask you your first question, I want to tell you how much I appreciate you coming and doing this every Tuesday night. I appreciate your support of our broadcast and being such a great teammate in all that we do.
Well, thank you for what you do for us. You know, I mean, you and those two guys you have to hang out with, which I hate that part for you. But y'all promote our program in such a powerful way, and it's deeply appreciated. You know, and there's just a lot of people that would love to come and can't, and you guys provide a way for them to watch the Patriots and create a great environment, and I appreciate that.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. We have so much fun doing it, too. It's just great. Hey, let's talk about this game this past Friday night. You know, you started out the season with a big 35-7 win, and you and I sat here and talked about concerns about, you know, teenage kids and starting to feel full of themselves and, hey, you know, we don't have to work hard. We don't have to think. You know, we just show up and we win. But your guys didn't have that attitude. They showed up ready to play again, didn't they?
They did, you know. Of course, the first home game gets a lot of that going.
Yeah.
You know, they were really jacked up and excited with a chance to get to play at home and for the first time this year. And, you know, thought we executed in most all phases really well and got stressed in some areas which we needed. And, you know, really a good, complete ball game. Got to play a lot of kids, too. That always helps.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And you know, the old adage is that you improve the most between week 1 and week 2. Did you see improvement from week 1 to week 2?
Yeah, you know, I think there's some growth in all three phases. And, you know, football's it's ongoing, you know, and that's one thing that you'll learn about this game is, and a team, you know, I mean, it's just a continuation of fixing you know, holes, and I talk to them all the time. It's like a barrel full of holes, and you start from the bottom and start, you know, trying to fix those things. I think we got better in some places, and still some work to do.
I want to talk to you for a second about number 2, the guy under center or in the shotgun, Jordan Chamblee. I really feel like he is just growing every week, and we're really starting to see the tip of the iceberg and what he's going to be capable of. Am I right? 5 touchdowns?
That's right. You know,
1 on the ground and 4 through the air, right?
That's right. And, you know, I mean, I think I've been telling you that for a year, you know.
right.
We've seen it at practice, and, you know, nothing that he's done has been a surprise to us. He has just been incredible for the last year, and, you know, we felt very, very comfortable with him taking over the reins and, you know, what he can do. And you know, he just doesn't have many limitations in his games. I mean, he can run it, he can throw it. You know, he's a competitor and, you know, just so much to like about him. Here's
the thing that, you know, we've talked about a little bit, and I've heard through the grapevine about him is, you know, his kind of gunslinger attitude where he might get a little bit too anxious and make a poor decision. I have not seen that yet, knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood, you know. There's not much that scares him, you know, and a lot of that's good, you know. I think, you know, when you've got a quarterback that's not an overthinker or not worried about making mistakes, you know, he really plays from the hip and, you know, man, he lets it go and just trusts his instincts and his eyes. And, you know, he's just a very talented kid. He really is, and fun to be around every day.
Yeah. You know, let's go back to the humility thing, right? In some situations, you might be facing that humility issue again, going 2-0, 2 blowouts, you know, coasting, thinking we got this. But nobody's going to coast when they're heading down 59 North to Hoover Met Stadium to play the Hoover Bucks, probably, well, I would say without a doubt the most famous football program in the state of Alabama. I bet you knew about Hoover when you were coaching in the other states, huh?
No question. I mean, the TV show, I think, they draw national attention from that, and they've been kind of the standard in the state of Alabama for a long time, and they haven't lost any of that shine. I mean, heck, they beat Thompson last year. So they're as good as it gets in Alabama. I mean, they're extremely well coached, elite, special athletes, and they're just not many chinks in their armor anywhere.
Can you tell us some specifics, some things that are jumping out on the film that you're really looking for, that you're going to have to pay close attention to?
Yeah, I mean, of course, defensively, they got a defensive lineman that's committed to Miami, and I mean, he's as good as you're going to find anywhere in the country. I mean, he dealt with some real issues last year, and he's got a running buddy in there with him that plays inside too, that are really, really good players. And the Jameis Winston's brother is just committed to Florida State this past Saturday. He's as dynamic of an offensive skill player as there is in Alabama, and that's not all they got. I mean, they've got pieces across the board, and, like I say, there's just not many places you look out there and say, hey, there's a weakness here, a weakness there. They've just got really good players that play to a high standard, very physical football team. And like I say, I mean, they know who they are and they know what they stand for.
I got one problem with what you said. You had to bring up Florida State.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
no, I think he kind of rubbed a little salt in the wound. I think he made that commitment after that game, So tough day for Alabama for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so going into Hoover, the large stadium, the bright lights, the spotlight of the state and everything like that can be kind of intimidating. How do you make your guys believe we belong here and not get overwhelmed with all that?
Well, we try to pound into them. That football field's 100 yards long, 53 yards wide, and it is what it is every Friday night, no matter where you go. And the lights are going to come on every Friday night, and this stadium may be a little shinier than that one, but we've played in some big venues already, and I don't think the stage is going to bother us. I really don't. I don't think the venue will bother us. We're looking to make our mark in 7A, and we're trying to do that in the absolute toughest region there is, arguably in the southeastern part of the United States. And you look at the top 25 in the state of Alabama, and 4 teams in our region are in the top 4 slots. So, that's what you're faced with. And starting this month, it is a murder's row. And we're going to have to be really, really prepared. And we're going to have to play exceptionally good. And we're going to have to find a way to be in the ball game in the fourth quarter.
So, you've been doing this a long time. This is a question regarding your personal preference. With the way a season goes or the way a team is. Would you rather be faced with a gauntlet like this with these teams that are in our region, or go through the season feeling comfortable until you get to the playoffs?
I would probably choose plan B. I just think it's easier to build, when you're not faced with the kind of schedule that we're faced. I think it's a little bit easier to build some trust and some winning builds everything, and when you play a schedule like ours, man, it is just so hard week in and week out, and it truly is a grind on myself, our coaches, our team, but heck, we're also competitors, so we're not going to run from that either. We embrace that, and we are starved to make ourselves prominent in 7A and to be a contender right there in the middle of this thing with the rest of them.
Well, I can't wait for the real season to begin.
Yep.
this Friday night. The first 2 weeks have been fun.
Yep.
Kind of giving us a little appetizer for the year, but now the real season is here. Can't wait for the Met on Friday night.
It ought to be rocking, and this whole month's going to be a real challenge for us, so we look forward to it. We're going to run head on into it, I can promise you that.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Coach Mitchell. We appreciate you as always, and we'll see you around the school and Friday night at the Met.
Sounds good. Thanks,
right.
Brett.
Thank you. All right, that's Coach Jamie Mitchell talking to us today, as he does every Tuesday night on the Hillcrest Huddle. Thank you for joining us on Tide 100.9 FM. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, one of the guys that we were just talking about, quarterback Jordan Chamblee, was our Offensive Player of the Week. We're going to bring the two other Players of the Week to the microphone, linebacker Zay Hall, the Alabama commit, and long snapper Callan Kozan. We'll have those guys here right after this. Keep it here. This is the Hillcrest Huddle on Tide 100.9 FM.
What's up, guys? Y'all can sit wherever. What's up, Jordan? You miss me, man? I know you miss me. You got to get that down for when you finish your playing career and then you're a commentator, right? You got to learn how to use the headphones. Having trouble?
Y'all good? Y'all gonna hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. All right, welcome back to the Hillcrest Huddle. We're live from Walk On Sports Bistro. Brent Jones here with you, as I am every Tuesday night. Come on out, Patriot Nation. Got a good crowd here tonight, as we do every Tuesday. Be sure you come out every Tuesday and support the Patriots. Tonight we're getting Hillcrest ready to take on the Hoover Bucks at the Big Bad Hoover Met, and we have our players of the game from this past Friday night, the big 54-20 win over Sparkman. We've got our offensive player of the game directly to my left, Jordan Chamblee. The defensive player of the game directly to my right, Zay Hall. And our special teams player of the game, Callan Kozan, there at the end of the table. Great game, guys. Welcome to the show.
What's up? What's up?
Jordan has this big grin on his face. Jordan was one of my students last year. So he kind of laughs every time he looks at me, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Jordan, I want to talk to you first. I want to know, all right, so you've been waiting in the wings. Hey, that's a theater term, right? Waiting in the wings. You know what the wings are, right?
Yes,
So you've been waiting in the wings for 2 years now to get your shot. What's the difference now that you have your opportunity as opposed to those times you spent on the sideline?
I really just been preparing the whole time, just looking at what Bryson did and trying to copy what he did and all the stuff he prepped before the games and going through his reads and talking to him like what did he see there before this play and stuff like that. So when I get in the game, I know what to do.
So you think you learned a lot from Bryson?
Yes, sir.
He was a good one to learn from, right?
Yes,
a real student of the game. But now I understand, this is what I hear about you, and I haven't really seen it that much yet in the 2 games I've seen you play. But I hear that you're more of a guy who reacts to what he sees.
Yes, sir.
You just kind of go with your instincts. Would you say that's your style?
Yes, sir.
So tell me what's going through your mind when you're out there and going through a play.
So when I'm out there, I'm like, just like, if my first read not there, okay, slide, get off that, go to the other read. That read not there, go to the other read. Then if that, just run. Like, I think just like if it's not open the first time, okay, I already got some in my head that I know I'm gonna go to after that play. So it's just like pushed up reads. What Coach God always put in my mind, like if that read not there, keep going. Don't just get stuck in that same read because that's how bad plays happen. Is
there anything that you're scared of as far as, do you ever get out there and go like, oh no, I can't do that. No. Think twice about it?
No, sir. Cause like if you scared, I mean, you're gonna have a bad game. You just gotta react and move on to the next play. If you make a mistake, just keep going. Like everybody gonna make mistakes, so you might as well just keep going and going.
Just let it rip. How does it affect you when you do make that mistake?
If I make a mistake, my dad been preaching this to me since I was little. When I make a mistake, move on to the next play. Don't have it stuck in your head, cause you will have a bad game.
All right. Sounds good. What's working so well for the offense this year?
I say like us always communicating. Like we don't mess them on formation because we communicating each other before the play, knowing who goes there, and make sure everybody knows what they're doing. Because that's how you score the ball. I mean, you got to make sure everybody know what they're doing. So then we'll say, okay, this person right here blitzing, and they'll tell me, so I know which one blitzing, which one not. Right. Then we'll just see and score the ball.
Okay. Talk about your teammates on the offense. Tell me about your offensive line.
Yes, sir. Like Mason Boo, you got Mason Boo, Jada Peterson, you got Thomas, then you have Lawson, you have Jaden. I feel like all on they've been blocking really good. Like I'm talking about, I haven't got touched none, got sacked none all this season. So like I'm cool if they keep doing that. I mean, how we gonna win? I ain't tripping.
And you got some skill guys helping you out there too,
yes,
don't you?
We got like Trent Curley, we got Caden Smith, we got Gunnar Webb, then we have Caden Smith, Gunnar Webb, then we have Jalen Cook, then we got Austin Cherry and Jacoby Harris.
Those guys playing pretty well too.
Yes, sir.
Well, Jordan, 5 touchdowns the other night.
Yes, sir.
Not a bad game. Great job. Appreciate you. Looking forward to you doing that same thing this coming Friday against Tudor, right? Okay, I'm going to come back to you with one more question in just a minute, but I'm going to go over to you, Zay. Zay, I want to ask what your life has been like since that day at Hillcrest High School when you announced your commitment to Alabama. Has your life changed since then?
A little bit, man. A little bit. You know,
what's happened?
I got a lot of more popularity. You know, my name got out there a lot more. And, you know, me being from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and coming right here in my hometown. You know, that's a big thing and things like that. A lot of popularity and recognition.
You know, I was talking to Miles last week about the defense, and last year was your first year at Hillcrest.
Yes, sir.
Now it's your second year at Hillcrest and learning this system. Do you feel a difference this year in the way you approach the defense as opposed to last year?
Oh, yes, sir, a little bit. You know, last year I came like probably 2 to 3 weeks before the first game.
Right.
You know, I had to learn the whole playbook. And as the week went by, I knew I would go learn different calls, things like that from the game plan. So, you know, but this year really being able to get in the playbook a lot and learn most of it and almost all of it, you know, it feel way better, way more comfortable.
Is it just easier to react and play football now and not have to think so much?
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's been working so well for the defense this year? Y'all have had 2 pretty good games. I mean, I know that Sparkman scored 24 points, but they only scored 10 against the first D.
Yes, sir.
And Florence only had 7. So what's been going so well? What's been the key?
You know, we had a lot of younger guys last year who are older now and know more of the playbook now, what they're supposed to do, how they're supposed to play it, how they're supposed to read it, and things like that. And you know, our D-line always great. You know, our D-line always put us on their back. You know, but like I said, we got a lot of guys who know what they're supposed to do now, and a lot of older guys, a lot of more mature guys, and a lot of guys who know the game more.
Right. Okay. You got the Big Orange.
Yes, sir.
Friday night, Hoover Bucks. You watch a lot of film?
Oh, yes, sir.
What can you tell us about them?
You know, they like to spread a lot of teams out and like shift and do a lot of motions and try to get you thrown off of like formation recognition and things like that. And they got a lot of talent, a lot of explosive guys and things like that.
How do you combat that when they're throwing all that stuff at you, all that eye candy?
Just know what you coach to do and know what you're supposed to do and know how you put the line up and adjust to it and try to get the defense side of the bitch and to win.
And using that athletic ability doesn't hurt either, huh?
Nah, no, sir. No, sir.
All right. Thank you, Zay. All right, my last question for you, Jordan, is I want to ask you about the Hoover defense. Tell me what you've seen on film.
I seen a lot, like, they run a lot of cover 3. They run a cover 3, and, like, at the 7 we played 7-on-7. I heard them say kill a lot, so when they say kill, I know they're in cover 2. So, like, I feel like they got a good D-line. But like, I feel like we have a very good game plan. I can't really tell you what our game plan is.
Well, don't give it away.
Yeah. But we got a real good game plan. Okay. I just know it's going to be a good game. And I ain't backing down with no challenge. So, yeah, it's going to be a good game for sure.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Callan. All right. Welcome to the show. Callan, as a long snapper, you scored 4 of the most unusual points I've ever seen scored in a football game. Can you, well, to tell the audience out there what happened, the team lines up in a strange formation where most of the offensive line is on the left side. You just have the snapper and a back playing quarterback, I guess, behind him on the right side. And if the defense doesn't line up properly, then y'all just snap it and run a play and try to score, just playing a little backyard football there. So you scored 2 two-point conversions that way. Can you go through what happened in those 2 plays?
So, you know, we can really figure out what we're going to do when how the defense lines up. If they line up in a certain way, we know that we got a mismatch on them. So that helps us out so we can run it. But, you know, getting the sign from Coach Mitchell and, you know, executing the play, you know, Caden having a good read right there, snapped the ball, ran a little right, you know, got loose, just found me open. So
it really just feels like I'm watching kids out there playing backyard football. Right. And one of them, one of the passes that was thrown to you by Caden was almost like a basketball shot. Yeah. Is that the way y'all practice it?
Not really, but the way they blitzed Caden, I guess that's the only way he had to throw it because they all took off after him, so I was just wide open, so he just lobbed it up there.
That's crazy. Are those the only 4 points you've scored in your life?
Only 4.
Okay, well, maybe we'll get some more.
Hopefully.
So you're saying that the play, the call to do that comes from the sideline. Y'all don't just decide right there you're going to do it?
It's just however they line up.
But y'all don't make the read? They have to give you the go-ahead?
Yeah.
You do make the read?
No, we don't make the read. Coach Mitchell does. No,
okay. So he sends it in.
If I had the read, we'd be doing it every time.
Right, I got you. Okay, well, let's talk about your long snapping again. I know you were on a couple of weeks ago and we talked about it, but Coach Mitchell says that you're one of the best long snappers he's ever had. The importance of long snapping we saw last week in that game with those 2 snaps that went over the head of their punter, leading to a safety and a touchdown for us. So they gave up 8 points on that. Yeah. Long snapping is pretty important, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
What's so hard about it?
Well, it's hard. It's hard to explain, but you know, you can let the ball go, or you can hold on to the ball with one hand or the other. If too long, the ball goes to the left, ball goes to the right. You bring your butt up a little bit, then it goes over the punter like we saw last week. You let the ball go too low, it's going to skip back there. That ain't good. So you got to be pretty much perfect every time you snap it. So there's a certain set of circumstances that you have to set up and make sure you have everything measured out just right to make it happen right. Feet got to be spread properly. You got to let the ball. It's kind of you got your own marker in your head where you let it go every time. So you got to let it go the same spot. Everything's got to move fluent. So I'll put it together.
One of those things that rarely gets talked about, right?
That's right. You only notice when it goes down.
That's exactly right. Very thankless. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Awesome game. Can't wait to see y'all play in the Met and get the real season started, right?
That's right. Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. All right, our players of the game on defense, Zay Hall. Offense, quarterback Jordan Chambly, and special teams, the long snapper, Callan Kozine. All right, we're going to take a break, and when we return in just a minute, we're going to take a look at Zay's position on the field, inside linebacker. And they have a brand new coach, and we're going to bring him to the microphone. That's Tyler Armistead, and learn about the specific position of inside linebackers. We'll come back with that and more. Keep it here. This is the Hillcrest Huddle on Tide 100.9 FM. Again? What? He's good. So, man. Y'all good? You here? Oh, I got you muted though.
All right, you got me?
Welcome back to the Hillcrest Huddle, live from Walk-On Sports Bistro. Brent Jones here with you every Tuesday night. And every Tuesday night we spotlight a position from the team. And we're going to do that tonight with the inside linebackers. We have a brand new inside linebacker coach, Tyler Armistead. We're going to get to him in just a minute. And we have my co-host of the Hillcrest Huddle over here. They were 3 for 3, Miles, right?
Yes, sir.
Miles Madden, who has been on every single episode so far this year. He was on our first huddle just as a representative of the team. Last week, he was our player of the game for the Florence game. And tonight, he's here representing the inside linebackers. Coach Armistead, I want to start with you. First of all, you're brand new to Hillcrest Patriots. It's great to have you here.
Oh, yeah.
I want to know your backstory. I want to know Coach Tyler Armistead's football history. Talk about your playing days, because I know you played.
Yep.
I mean, I can tell you played. And then how you got into coaching and how you ended up at Hillcrest.
Okay. Well, first of all, man, thanks for having me. Huge opportunity for me. I started playing football in 2013. I played 2 years at East Central Community College, playing outside linebacker.
Okay.
And then after that, I hung it up after that. But what brought me here was, I was originally from Northridge High School. Coached there for a little bit. Coached in Columbus, Mississippi, the first part of my coaching career. But when you get to the point where it's time to kind of want to grow and expand, time to find other places and different opportunities for you so I can soak in. But Hillcrest chose me, and I'm very blessed to be here. I have fun here. I enjoy it. It's a breath of fresh air, rather. So, but it's good.
Yeah. Did you know Coach Mitchell before?
So it's the funny thing. So I knew Coach Mitchell kind of by association. He knew some people that I knew, and we grew really close together by that. Coaching kind of brought us together a lot. But once he called me and said, hey, we want you here. You know, the biggest thing was, do you fit into the mold here? Do you fit into our craziness and our fun?
It's a great group of guys.
Man, look, I love it. This is like a whole family here.
Yeah.
Every bit of. But yeah, when he asked me that, and I said, Coach, let's get it. So.
Well, let's talk about your particular group, inside linebackers. Let's talk about them. How do you feel about their performance so far?
I think they're doing a really great job, man. Like I said, and I told them, you know, when I first got here, one of the things was I'd sent a big text out to like all of them. I was just like, hey, what do you do? What are your strengths? And I told them, I said, look, looking at film from the spring, I said, you guys have it. You guys have it. And my job is to come in and just fine-tune those things.
Okay.
Like I said, I love what they do. Each one of them does something better than the other. So, and it's more than just those two guys. You know, I have, I'm going to shout them out. Of course, it's JB, it's Kingston, it's Shuttlesworth, it's Aiden Coleman. A lot of these guys, they do so much. And they're so strong in different areas. And I try to enhance those, but they do a good job of what they do. So, but yeah, like I said, my job is just to fine-tune, get the small things for them.
Okay, sounds good. Well, let's talk about your individuals. What does this guy do well? I mean, I've been watching him for a couple of years now, so I can probably answer the question myself, but I want to hear from your perspective.
Well, I'm a joke. No, he eats. No, I'm kidding.
He jokes around, too, a lot.
He does. And like I say, I mean, Miles is so instinctive. You know, I tell people all the time, when it comes to Zay Hall, everybody knows that guy.
Right.
You know, but that fellow over there, he's special. You know, he does things. It's yin and yang with both of them. You know, if Zay's the kind of quieter one, which it's not all the time, but he's the quieter one. Miles is the one that's riled up.
Right.
But they complement each other so well. He's so instinctive. Didn't get a chance to see much of him do that last year. When he got here, he was kind of brand new.
Right.
But he does a great job. And, of course, I mean, everybody knows Zay Hall. It's kind of funny, but and I tell them that story, when I was at Northridge, they actually were two of the key reasons how we lost that game, unfortunately. Zay Hall made a play on a jet sweep, and Miles batted it down at the end of the game. And like I said, I didn't know him then, but when I got over here and I realized, well, all right, so now I get a chance to coach you guys, but they do a great job.
So you kind of entered into a situation that was pretty full of riches. Huh? All right, but now you talked about Miles specifically. Now tell me a little bit about Zay. Because you know there's a lot of people out there really interested in Zay right now. You know he made that commitment to the Crimson Tide. So tell us what we know, what you know about Zay that maybe not everybody knows.
Probably one of the things is, I mean, other than the fact that, of course, he reacts well. He plays ball. He's a student of the game. Film junkie, man. Like, you know, he knows probably more things than probably what he should know defensively. But no, he understands every bit of it.
Okay. So it's not just that 4.5 40 that everybody needs to look forward to, right?
Absolutely not. I mean, he's strong. He's a big frame. He reminds me so much of, I coached a kid years ago, but the kid has it, man. Like I said, I was blessed to fall into a mold with two of them, for sure, and really 6 of them. But I'm thankful to have those two.
Right. All right, Coach Armistead, welcome to the family. We're loving having you here. Let's keep it going. All right, I'm going to move over to you now, Miles. Okay, let's talk specifically about the inside linebacker position. What do you think the strengths your particular position group has this year?
I mean, just piggybacking off of what Coach Armstead said, we complement each other really well. One of us might make a mistake, the other one right behind us, he gonna correct us. Okay. And we just we connect. We have a connection where you got this. Oh, I know. I got his back. I'm going to go over here.
So it's kind of like a communication with like you're on the same wavelength. Would you say that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What's the hardest thing about playing inside linebacker?
Them big old linemen. Them big old linemen. When they get onto you, they don't let go.
Okay. Tell me what this guy's been emphasizing to y'all, Coach Armistead.
I can tell you 5 things.
Okay.
Know your job, do your job.
Yeah.
Don't bite the cheese. Go 100 miles per hour and be violent when you get there.
Okay. Don't bite the cheese. That means don't look at the eye candy and get fooled by it.
Yes, sir.
Is that what you're saying there?
That's exactly what I say. I mean, he said 4, those things kind of run together. Know your job and do your job. It's always a dog mentality. That's how we bring it every single day. When I first got here, I said, hey, this is it.
Okay.
This is what we live by. This is our standard. If we can't do it, then it's not going to work.
Gotcha. One last question for you, Miles. I know you watch a little bit of film yourself, too. What can you tell us about that Hoover offense?
They love that RPO. They love to run screens, RPO. They will fool you. I can say that for sure. They will fool you. But, man, I'm just ready to beat them.
So we gotta watch for you not biting the cheese. So I got a new one on Friday night. When I see you bite the cheese, I'm gonna call you out biting that cheese. Okay, I'll say, what was that? Was that Munster? Was it Gouda? Was it cheddar? What was it? I don't know. All right, guys. Thanks so much for being here. Inside linebacker, obviously one of the strengths of this team. You guys do a great job. What a lucky guy you are walking into this situation, right?
Blessed, for sure.
All right, but thanks for joining us. Can't wait till Friday night when the real season starts, right?
This is the real deal now.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
That's our inside linebackers coach, Tyler Armistead, and one of our inside linebackers, Miles Madden, here with us tonight on the Hillcrest Huddle. Thanks for joining us. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we're going to shift gears just a little bit away from football, and we're going to turn to the baseball diamond. We're going to have Coach Mark Garner and a couple of his players here. Let me see. I think I wrote down who he brought with him. Yeah, let's see. Who did he bring with him? Oh, yeah. He brought Brooks Folks, and he brought his son, Wyatt Garner, who also plays baseball for him. So we're going to bring those guys to the table and talk to them. Keep it here. That's next on the Hillcrest Huddle on Tide 100.9 FM. Oh, yeah, of course. Thanks for coming. Thanks for signing my son up, Genius. That's making my life so much easier this year. I don't have to spend so much time chasing people down and trying to fill those slots. They're already lined up. And I know it's good for them because they signed up for it. Yeah. All right, you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, good deal. Smile for the camera.
Good.
All right. We are back on the Hillcrest Huddle. And you guys can't hear it, but playing on the station right now is the song All-Star. Hey, now you're an All-Star, right? That's a good baseball intro, isn't it?
Nice, it is.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I associate that song with baseball. Thanks for joining us. Welcome back to the Hillcrest Huddle. We're live from Walk-On Sports Bistro. Brent Jones here with you, and new guests at the table now. To my right, you'll see the baseball coach at Hillcrest, the one and only Mark Garner. To my left, you see Brooks Folks, and you see Wyatt Garner. You might see some resemblance between these two guys. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for being here. All right, so most of the time we spend talking about Hillcrest football on this program, but I think that a lot of people out there know that the Hillcrest football program is not the only outstanding program at Hillcrest High School. There's lots of good ones, but you guys are the most recent state champions at Hillcrest, right? 2 years ago, the 6A state champions. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Started 7A last year. A little bit different world, and that's the first thing I want to talk to you about, Coach Garner. Tell me the difference and the struggles and the successes of the first year in 7A.
Well, as far as the differences go, playoffs was actually getting there is a lot harder in 7A because of your opponents and the regions that you're in and those kind of things. I mean, you see that with football as well. Every team that you face is a top-notch competitor, just like Coach Mitchell was saying earlier. So everybody you face is going to be a really good team. And we had a good run with our guys last year. I mean, we won 2 out of 3 of the conference series that we had. We didn't take care of the one against Thompson, and it came back and bit us. But as far as the difference goes, that's an obvious one. But us, the type of roster that you make up in baseball, it's different compared to a higher 7A school and a lower 7A school, and you really got to dive into that. Like, for example, us, one of our big things is when we got into a game and would go to a pen, bullpen, for example, I mean, we're pulling off our shortstop or our third baseman or whatever. And a lot of these bigger 7A schools are going to their bullpen, and
that's strictly what they do. They're relief pitchers.
Going to their pitchers. And that's, that's a zero of excuse. That's just how the makeup is when you're a bigger program like that. And it's still, I love our guys. I love the makeup they had last year, and we had a good team. Had a good year. We just, as far as the area record goes, we just came up one short there. So I was still proud of them. They did a good job last year.
All right, well, let's talk about this year's team and what you guys have been doing in the offseason.
These guys have been working tremendously hard already, and we know we had a little chip on our shoulder from last year, and I hope they have that, and that's kind of one of the things that they've got to prove. I mean, you can have the chip on your shoulder, but what are you going to do about it? And these guys have been doing that the first several weeks of school, and in the weight room, in their off-season program, and a little bit of baseball that we can do. We can't do a whole lot of baseball right now, but we get a couple hours a week, and they've been swinging the bat and trying to. They're setting a goal for themselves at the end of this fall, and you can see that these guys have a little bit of edge about them as far as getting back to where we were.
You got a lot of returning talent?
We've got a lot of talent that's returning. We don't have a lot of returning
starting
starters.
Talent from last year.
That's right.
Okay.
And that's okay. I mean, that's high school baseball, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we got basically 2 returning starters and a couple guys returning that have pitched some good innings on the mound for us as well. But I like the makeup of these seniors and juniors. The players at both levels have played high competition, whether it be with us or whether it be in the the travel ball circuit, and I like that they mesh good. They're a bunch of good guys that know how to work hard, know how to take coaching, and kind of get after it like they've been doing this fall. So I'm very pleased with where they are. I'm excited to see where they're going to go. Okay,
this guy over here on the other end of the table, Wyatt Garner. What's that like being his coach, your son's coach?
I've been fortunate enough when he was young to be able to coach him in the travel ball world. I was not a big travel ball guy, but we got in it just for that facet because I missed everything else that he was doing in Little League. because of what I was doing coaching. And that was able to kind of give me an avenue with him as well. So as it got to this area in high school, I mean, it's been, it's hard for me to say with him on the other end of the table, but it's been rewarding as a dad to be able to experience a lot of that stuff together.
I can identify with that because my son Baker is at Hillcrest. I'm the theater teacher, and he's one of the stars of my program.
That's right. like experiencing 2 years ago the state championship together. I mean, That's the big part.
Yeah.
But just being around him when I used to miss so many of those days, now being able to see him, that's kind of the big thing for me.
All right, I'm going to move on to you guys, and I'm going to start off with that question for you. What's it like having your dad as your coach?
I like it.
Move your mic a little bit closer to your mouth. There you go.
It's got its ups and downs. At practice, I feel like he gets on me more than he gets on everybody else. And if I do something, I got to hear about it at practice and at home. So
It never ends.
Never ends. Yeah.
All right, guys. Y'all tell me from a player's perspective what we can look for with this team.
I feel like this year we are doing something at baseball called this line drive club thing, and every day we're staying after and hitting and working out and running. And
just on your own?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Just everybody that stays after. And I feel like he said, it just meshes good together. Like, we all get along really good, and we all, push each other, and we just keep each other accountable, staying after, getting better. And I feel like, like you said, we're going to have a chip on our shoulder. It's going to be
Okay. Brooks, what do you have to say?
I think this group of juniors, I think we have a really talented junior class along with our returning senior class. I believe that we're working harder than most of the programs that we're going to be going up against. And, hard work never lies. It's always going to tell the truth. So I believe that if we keep up this good work, it'll be a good season this year.
So what's the off season been like for you guys? What do you do all year round as you're waiting for the baseball season to start?
We work out and we run. We do speed work. That's basically it. We work and we hit, and we can't do a lot of baseball stuff because the state just don't allow us to. But we get a certain amount of hours so that we can practice baseball, but it's mostly just working out and running.
Okay. Tell me your positions and what you think your strengths are.
I play first base and I pitch, and I feel like my strengths are swinging the bat, hitting, and I feel like pitching. I feel like this summer I've been mostly pitching, and I feel like I've gotten really way better at it.
What's your best pitch?
Probably my changeup.
Okay. What about you, Brooks?
I'm a catcher and I pitch. I think my strengths are definitely one of my strengths is on the mound. I like to control that aspect of the game. Throw a bunch of different pitches, keep them off balance. And I also think my arm behind the plate is also a good factor.
So you can nail on the second base, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Coach Garner, you agree with these guys and their assessment of themselves?
Yeah, these are two good ones. They both work hard. They get everything they deserve. They like to see them get after it. They both will.
Y'all have anything you want to say to the fans out there before we go?
Boys?
Tune in this season. Spring season.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of Patriots listen. We just, we hope we're going to be as many football games as we can. We're going to travel up to Hoover this year. And these guys, I think they got something special rolling. And we'll see them Friday night to support these guys.
Sounds good. Well, guys, thanks so much for joining us. As we said, everybody needs to know that it's not just all about football. I know it's a football-crazed world out there in the South, but you guys really bring it in baseball. It's so much fun. We have fun doing the broadcast of your games when y'all make it to the semis and that kind of stuff. So hopefully we can make that happen again. All right, thanks so much for joining us here, and thank you out there for joining us for the Hillcrest Huddle. We'll be back again next Tuesday night, 7 o'clock here from live from Walk On Sports Grill. And don't forget that Friday night we're traveling to Birmingham to the Hoover Met to take on the Hoover Bucks to get the real season started. Join us then on the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network. We'll see you next time. Brent Jones, good night.